This is Musicably Podcast. Welcome to the third episode of the Musicably Podcast. Last week we traveled 60,000 years into the past to prove that music is your birthright. We looked at the bone flutes and the DNA that prove you are a musical being by design. But today we are bringing it into the present. We are talking about the bottom line. In the business world, we talk a lot about ROI, return on investment. We look at data, we look at efficiency, and we look at market gaps. Well, today I want to talk about the largest market gap in the history of human wellness. Why is it that in 2026, despite having every song ever recorded available for $10 a month, we are in the middle of a global loneliness epidemic? Loneliness-related deaths are at all-time highs. Anxiety and depression rates are soaring. Why are your workplaces more connected by Slack and Zoom but less cohesive, less trusting, less human than ever? The answer is simple, but the science is profound. We have automated the sound, but we have abandoned the social brain. There is a theory in evolutionary biology called the social brain hypothesis, championed by Robin Dunbar at Oxford. It suggests that our brains grew large not to do math or write a code, but to manage the complex relationships of a tribe. In the old days, primates bonded through grooming, physically picking through each other's fur. It released chemicals that created trust, but as our tribes grew too large for one-on-one grooming, we needed a hack. We needed a way to groom 50 people or more at the same time. That hack was music. When you sing with someone or drum in time with them, your brain releases a cocktail of neurochemicals, oxytocin, the trust molecule, and endorphins, the body's natural opiate. But here is the catch, and this is the part the streaming platforms don't want you to know. The chemical payout only happens if you are an active participant. Passive listening is a solo hit of dopamine. It's a snack. But active musicking is social protein. It's the social glue that literally bonds a group of humans into a single functioning unit. This isn't just a metaphor. In 2026, we have the technology to see this in real time. Using a process called hyperscanning, neuroscientists can monitor the brainwaves of two people at once. When two people have a conversation, their brains light up in different ways. But when two people make music together, even if they are just tapping a table in sync, something miraculous happens. Their brainwaves begin to oscillate at the same frequency. Their heart rates synchronize. Their breath aligns. In the lab, we call this neural entrainment or brain-to-brain coupling. Essentially, music turns two separate I's into one collective we. This is why soldiers march in step. This is why congregations sing in unison. This is why the work song was the engine of human labor for millennia. By turning music into a product you consume alone on noise-canceling headphones, we have accidentally cut the wire of human synchronization. We have the sound, but we have lost the synchrony. We are like a business where every department is working on a different goal and nobody is talking to each other. As a former music business executive, I look at this and see a massive service failure. The modern music industry has become extremely efficient at one thing. It is a delivery service for ear candy. But the actual customer need, the biological need for social bonding, stress reduction, and nervous system regulation is being ignored. In fact, it's being actively undermined. Think about your own life. When you feel stressed or lonely, what do? You probably put on a relaxing playlist, maybe peaceful piano. Does it work? Maybe for a few minutes. It might lower your heart rate slightly, it might distract you. But does it solve the underlying feeling of isolation? Does it make you feel less lonely? Does it restore your nervous system to baseline calm? Usually, no. That's because you are trying to fix a metabolic social problem with a passive consumer solution. If you want to lower your cortisol, if you want to build a resilient nervous system, you don't just need more sound, you need more agency, more synchrony. You need to move your body, use your breath, and engage the social brain machinery that has been idling in your garage for years. The current music as a service model is making us musically malnourished. We are gorging on the sugar and starving for the fiber. So, what is the solution? How do we fix a metabolic crisis of the soul? You can't just listen your way out of this. You have to music your way out. But I know what you are thinking. I don't have time to join a choir. I don't know how to play a violin. I'm a busy professional, a single parent, a student. I get it. I've heard every version of these objections over my 40 years in music. But here is what I've learned. You don't need to become a virtuoso. You don't need hours of practice. You don't need expensive instruments or formal training. You just need to understand what your body actually requires for musical health and how to give it the right nutritional balance. Next week, I'm going to reveal the Musicably Musicking Pyramid. I'm going to show you how to categorize your musical life, from the high-density protein of communal singing to the processed sugars of your daily commute. I'm going to give you a nutritional guide for your ears and your voice that will change the way you think about wellness forever. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to do it, even if you live alone, even if you never held an instrument, and even if you think you are tone deaf. Your homework for this week: pay attention to your social battery. The next time you feel lonely, disconnected, anxious, or stressed, notice your instinct. If you reach for a passive playlist, instead of hitting play, try making a sound. Hum a single note for 30 seconds. Any note. Feel the vibration in your chest, your throat, your skull. Notice the difference between a sound you buy and sound you make. One is a product, the other is a birthright. Music is birthright, not a talent. Let's reclaim it together. I'm Paulo Becca, and this is Musicably. I will see you next week for the big reveal.